What a sick intro.
100 episodes.
We did it!
100 episodes.
Skull! Hey! Look at that. We're actually sat next to each other for once. It's the 100 podcast special. And there's only one way to start the podcast.
Go on.
With a shot of whiskey, of course.
Nice.
So I've prepared some shot glasses. I think you've spotted them over there. I've even got some fancy skull spot glasses, shot glasses. And I've got a Stormtrooper head decanter full of peach whiskey. So we're going to give our impressions sniffing this peach
I
whiskey.
thought you were just going to
with.
say pee, to be honest.
Oh, wait. Let me do this again. Ready?
Nice.
It smells good. Sniff that.
That does smell like
that.
peach.
Big shot glasses, by the way, so I'm doing halves of these because we actually have a job to do here. So like we can't just like down 7 full shots of these and go by the end of the podcast. Which I'm going to warn everyone at the top of the podcast. That's entirely a possibility.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, skull. Ready? 3, 2, 1,
clicking?
skull. Ooh. That's a spicy meatball. It's pretty fucking good.
Can't really taste the peach that much.
I can taste the peach.
You taste it a bit.
You get a good bit of whiskey, but... That's good. Well, that's our shot in liquor. And other than that, we have to mention at the top of this podcast, we are drinking Bumbu once again. Bumbu, best liquor on the
praise
planet.
be to you, Bumbu.
Please sponsor us. Bumbu. Right, fella. I got some shit planned.
Have you?
Okay? There's going to be a lot of drinking. First things first. I got to tell you something.
Okay.
Right? My mum bought something recently.
Dildo.
Close. It involves the vagina.
Oh my god. Her vagina?
See if can you guess what it is? I bet you can't.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard? It's 2 words, Judd. Have you ever heard shiwi? You heard of these?
Shiwi.
You heard of a shiwi before?
Shiwi.
You know what this is?
No.
So essentially, what this is, it's like silicone, like kind of like rubber funnel thing that you like put on top of the vagina and you wee, and it funnels it down.
I have seen this thing.
As if you've got a wiener.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she recently bought one of those. What do you think? That's kind of the whole thing, really.
How much do I have to pay you to smell it?
To smell it? No, I ain't doing that. She essentially bought it because if she ever goes into the office, it's quite a way away now. So
Puts that on and just pisses
no, that's not what I mean. She got it just in case there's a lot of traffic on the motorway and she needs to like wee into a bottle, basically.
Okay.
Because she can't just aim your top of your
pussy.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole reason why. But the funniest bit, she probably wouldn't appreciate me telling this, was that she was excited to test it out and didn't wait until she was on the motorway. She just went and gave it a go. I've not heard a verdict because I don't want to ask her. But well, there you go. Right at the top of the podcast, anyone who listens to this and falls, I could have told that at the end so that some people like don't listen to the whole thing and like not many people hear it. I thought I just want to get that in there. I thought it's important to tell it on a special podcast as well.
Maybe I should go ask her how it's gone.
How funny would that be?
Laura, you know your piss pipe that you bought?
Piss pipe. I love it. That's a quick one I thought I'd knock off. We're gonna jump right in here, Judd.
Okay.
We're gonna jump right in with this. You get to hear the jingles now.
Oh.
With this one, this segment.
Do it. That's it. I know that one.
This is why you are wrong.
Nice.
This segment is called "This Is Why You Are Wrong." This is where I present something to Judd, and he presents his stance on something, and I tell him why he's wrong. But there's a twist because every segment we do, every time we change a segment, we do another shot.
Oh Jesus!
So,
I am gonna be sick, you know.
it's gonna get worse. Little shotty shot. Pour that out. Pour one for Judd. There's gonna be lots of spillage because I want to get these done quick. So, pour the shot. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, skull. Today's topic is
immigration.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I am. I'm pro immigration.
Today's topic is
Okay.
what is the best thing? It's 100 special themed. So what's the best thing we've ever created? Like, we've both been involved
I
in it.
already know it. Oh, we've together.
Yeah, like, we've both
okay,
been involved
alright,
in it. Like, we've done Extreme Rock, Paper, Scissors, we've done the podcast, there's the fucking Twitch channel. there's the Twitter, if you wanted to say that. This is a throwback for you. Mr. J&J Studios YouTube channel. Do you remember that?
Don't look that up,
Do you
please,
remember
for
that?
God's
Is
sake,
that
no one
still
look that up.
online?
No,
I'm gonna look it up right now on YouTube. Studios. This is a YouTube channel
I get
we
so
had.
embarrassed from like old stuff.
Nah, it's just not
gone.
there.
It's gone.
I don't know where it's gone, but that's an old YouTube channel we used to have where we made. They weren't animations.
No.
We just essentially played with like I would say toys, but they weren't toys. They were
No.
random like objects that we gave personalities.
You drew. I remember you drawing a couple of little characters on a piece of paper, and we'd play with them and pretend to
do
make
stupid like sketches with them, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And at the end, they'd always end with like our fist coming across the screen and punching it all the way, going meow. And for some reason, we thought a fist looked enough like a bus for that to be a bus running them all over.
Oh Jesus, that's the peak of comedy though, because you don't expect the punchline to be they get hit by a bus,
But it's
and
not
then
a bus.
and then they get hit by a bus.
It's not a bus. It's just one of our fists going meow.
That's a bus. That's a bus.
You would have been like 12 at most.
Yeah, I was
probably less. I would imagine I was 12, 13 actually, and you would have been not long over 10.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we made. But what do you think, dude? What's the best thing we've made?
Fuck, that's a hard one. That really is a hard one. I do think it might be the Meltdown music video. I have shown off the Meltdown music video to people several times.
It is pretty good. If you want to see it, you can search for Jacob Fox Meltdown on YouTube.
I was just saying like how I remember I was talking to this guy who was like doing all the media stuff. I showed him the Meltdown video and he liked it very much. But I've shown it to a fair few people and they're like, yeah, that's really good. Really
Yeah,
like
because
it.
the whole vibe of it is it's not supposed to be like mega production quality. It's supposed to feel a bit like a Busted music video, potentially. You know, like, have you ever seen like Crash the Wedding? Or like What I Go to School For?
Yeah.
You know? A little bit like that. It's a little bit like a bit of fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's very us, isn't it? It's very like just a bit of fun and like a music video.
I feel like that's the one I show off the most, and also that's the one I personally feel like I had the most actual hand in. Like I acted in it. I gave you like some like good like actually pointers that went into it. Like how when you'll have to watch the video for this to make sense. But you remember when I grabbed the glowing rod? We'll just call it that for now. The glowing rod. The aspect ratio would change into like a movie thing. So I actually had, ideas for editing it, and then I shot like a fair amount of it of like the scenes of you guys of the band playing. So
because you had to, because we didn't have anyone else to do it. Like we didn't have a camera crew or anything. It was literally we were the camera crew. Like they weren't. I don't think anyone else did any other shots. Because if you were in a shot, I would just do it.
Yeah.
Apart from, when you ripped my sleeve off, there were a point where you ripped my sleeve off.
Yeah.
So I guess someone else would have done it for that. But I think I just put it on a tripod. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you mean. But here's the thing, Judd. This is why you're wrong. Okay. That's just one thing for a start. It's one music video, and what I will say, I'm very proud of that music video. It's potentially the best music video I've ever made. Probably is, thinking about it. And there's not very much that, obviously, I dislike that we've made, because otherwise, why would I want to put it out or make it? Mr. J&J Studios is the worst.
Mr. J&J Studios is great.
And there's maybe some older... I don't know, I think other than that, I like everything else we've made. But the best thing that we've made is this podcast. I think this is the best thing we've made. And I'll tell you why. For starters, we've done 100 episodes of it. It can't be that bad if we've done 100 episodes of it. We've done it for multiple years. That's unheard of. We don't do that, okay?
We don't have consistency with anything.
So it must be good in that aspect. Plus, it's got as much audience as we've ever had on anything. Meltdown doesn't count because the audience for it isn't like our audience. It's like the band and the music's audience. People who are watching that are probably not watching it to see us for our creation.
Yeah.
Whereas we've got an estimated audience of 4. for this podcast. Now, that's small, but it's bigger than anything else we've had. Come on, it is, and also it's given us 3 viewers for the 100 podcast special. Look at that right now,
There's
3
three of
viewers.
you.
Look at that.
I think only one of them might be you. So that's 2 old
Exactly.
people that's watching this.
It's not a bad podcast. It started off a little bit ropey. We didn't quite know what we were doing. We still don't know what we're doing.
No.
But no one does. So, and I think at this point, we've got to a point where, like, we've got some regular segments, but we don't take them too seriously. And I think we're a lot better at kind of knowing how divergent to be, knowing how to, like, how far to run on with a topic, knowing when to slide in a segment, all of that. I think we've got better at it to the point where now I listen to our podcast. Like, I'm happy to listen to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was fun to record, and that sort of thing.
I've never listened to anything back, but that's purely because I hate hearing the sound of my own voice.
And it is harder to listen to it back when you were there. Like,
Yeah.
it's not new content to us. It's like re-listening to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But honestly, this is going to get soppy. It genuinely is. The main reason I think the podcast is the best thing we made is it's just an excuse to, like, check in. And, like, just, like, chat to each other. It's a very easy way to keep up a decent relationship with someone. And also, you get a bunch of content out of it, and then it's fun to listen back on, and then all of that.
Especially when it was, like, during the lockdown shit.
Especially, yeah. That was really good. Plus, if we've got any ideas for content now, it's just an easy way to display it. We don't have to think, oh, should we make a video for this? And, like, be like, okay, I guess it's, like, standalone on its own. It can just funnel into the podcast most of the time, which is really good. It's a good outlet for creativity and everything. Basically, it's long-running, still going, great outlet for creativity, a good excuse to keep up, with each other. And it's not half bad quality now at this point. I think it's a pretty damn good podcast, especially for the genre it's in, which is just like, people chatting, hang out.
Yes. Cool.
There we go.
Yes.
We did it.
Oh, wait, what's that? No, that
You
wasn't
said
it.
yes, you agree. I convinced him.
Okay.
Convinced him, folks.
Yeah, go on, man.
We did it. We did it. Podcast Badly, the best thing that Mr. J&J Studios has ever made.
Presents?
Presents?
Presents.
Well, you know what that means. It's a new segment, so we've got to do shots. While I'm pouring these shots out, one of the things that we're going to do on this podcast is we've got presents for each other. 'Cause
Yes.
It's a little bit like a birthday. So who's going to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. Okay,
go first.
I think your present for me will probably be a bit better, but first, 3, 2, 1, skull! Oh, that's some good shot, that, We're going to be fucked by the end of this. So I'm going first, so you're going to have to bear with me while I get this out. My present for Judd is actually in the fridge right now.
Ooh.
So, Judd, do you remember that I did a video where I tried out weird beers from the shop?
I remember, yes.
What do you think your present is?
Is it weird beers?
It's weird beers from the shop.
Yes.
I thought this was a great present because you do like beer still. It's
Yeah,
you have got to a point where it makes you.
my stomach's a bit fucky if I'm on it all night, but I can have
the good news is only 2 of these are actually beers.
Oh, nice.
So we've got OJ Premium Strong Beer, 8%, 9%, 8%, 8.5%.
He killed his wife.
Oh, OJ Simpson. Okay. And then the other beer is the one that I determined was the best. Super Kestrel. Scottish beer, 9%. Strong as fuck.
nice.
This one, right up your alley. You'll love this. Dragon Soup.
Oh, yes.
Alcoholic energy drink.
Oh, yes.
And I got the dark fruits flavour, essentially. There's like 4 different flavours of that. And then last but not least, a really high rated one. Barnstormer Black. It's like a kind of cherry cider type of thing. So that's present for Judd. Strange beers. If you want to look up those beers, then sure. If you want to know what I thought of those beers, go to the Streams Badly YouTube channel, and there's a video of me trying the beers there. I tried more than just those beers. I tried quite a lot of them, and I got so drunk that I couldn't finish all the taste test in one sitting. So it made for a good video.
Jay,
Come on,
present.
big boy.
So,
What you got me?
good friend Cordelia, if Cordelia's still here, make yourself known. My good friend Cordelia is an artiste. She's an artiste.
Yeah.
I gave her a little bit of money so that we could have a special picture commemorating the 100th episode.
I'm about to get it up and we'll get a reaction to it. No!
Look at this.
This is
Look
so
at-
fucking good.
Look
It's
at
still
this.
loading.
Look at this. So
No
she's done me
way.
as like some sort of goblin-esque creature, and I specifically asked that she did you like a rat.
Why?
I don't know. I was just like, I just want to make it like nasty, like, you know, because it's on brand.
Yeah,
it's like
all
nasty
like
and-
stinky and stuff.
Yeah, and I specifically said to her, can you make everything look like dirty and a bit broken?
I absolutely love that. She has fucking smashed that.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that?
I've given her like 30 quid. I've given her like 30
That's a
quid.
steal. Honestly, if you're just listening to the audio version of this podcast, I feel sorry for you because you don't get to see this. If you're watching, you can watch it on the Streams Badly YouTube channel. If you want to listen to audio only, you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the good places. Or you can catch it live, Streams Badly, Twitch
yeah.
channel. I'll post this on our Twitter though, so
Yeah.
follow at Tweets Badly. See this. That's actually fucking incredible.
This, you know, technically that counts as your persona.
I'll take it. I've got like a little beard and shit though.
Yeah.
That's more beard I can grow. I'll take it. That's actually great. That's the best present I've ever had from you.
Nice.
Which is really weird because you've given me the best present I've received from you on a 100 podcast special rather than like my 18th birthday,
No,
my 21st
I
birthday,
didn't care about
Christmas.
that. I didn't
you know,
care about
all
it.
of those. Nah, we don't buy presents for that. This is the real presents right here. This is what we do
Because
that for.
we've always had a thing where like we don't buy presents for each other, and that's our present to each other.
We forgot to say what we were doing for this next segment. Not surprising, we were starting to get quite drunk. So this next bit is when we were doing a taste test of the beers that I got for Judd. So yeah, enjoy.
I'm gonna try knock off Strongbow first.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Barnstormer.
Yeah, that's good. It's a cider. It's a good cider.
Yeah, that's like an apple cider. It's literally
It's supposed to be cherry though.
This is Strongbow.
Yeah, it's
This
a
is
Strongbow
strong-
knockoff.
this is Strongbow.
But look at the percent on that bad boy.
Ooh, 7.5.
Exactly, that's going to get you drunk. So that's why I like these beers, because like they weren't too expensive. I think these cost me £7, but 4 of those, they'll do you.
OJ, this man murdered his wife. His wife's dead.
Judd wasn't just saying OJ out of context, by the way. That's the name of the next beer he was going to try.
I like OJ.
You like OJ?
I like OJ.
That was one of my least favourites.
Listen,
I don't like OJ.
I'm gonna be honest. Murdering your wife, not so bad. You put out some good beers.
That's a joke.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
That's a joke. It's not the same guy, by the way. It's not OJ Simpson beer.
This is no. He specifically says OJ Simpson beer, and it says underneath it, and like a little sort
does
of.
not.
All right, super kestrel then.
Now this, I'll sip of this. Yeah, it's good. It's strong. You can tell it's 9%.
Oh, it's Scottish.
I quite like that. Like
Oi.
I could drink 4 of those and be like, whoa. Whereas Budweiser, I can drink 10 of them and be like, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah,
You know?
okay.
What do you think of that?
I really like that.
That's good, isn't it?
I really like kestrel. You know,
I like the super
that's
kestrel.
very nice. Where's Jesus?
Last but not least, what I think you'll like the most, just for the meme,
That's an
and
energy drink.
Judd's having dragon soup. What I like to nickname it dark fruits flavour, because it's like it's dark fruit, isn't it? It's kind of like the Strongbow dark fruits flavour. It's an alcoholic energy drink called Dragon Soup.
Yeah. You know what that tastes like? Calpol. It tastes like spicy Calpol.
To me,
yeah.
that's like drinking a Jaeger bomb and a dark fruits at once.
Yeah, because it's almost got, not licorice, but like a, you know what I mean.
Well, there you go. That's Judd's present and Judd's beers to taste test.
Nice.
We've got more taste tests though, because Judd's brought some varieties of vodka. So we're going to sip on those, sip these different flavours, and let you know what we think.
Bajalasta, comrade. Bajalasta.
How many Russians do you work with?
I call them all Russians, but I think only 2 of them are Russian. The other 8 are like...
But a lot of them are Eastern European.
It's like a mix of Lithuanian and Romanian and Polish and, you know, it's all that.
Okay, so what we got? What are these flavours? They're all absolute vodkas.
Yes.
Let me see. So we've got regular. Oh no, vanilla. Vanilla.
that's
So this
vanilla.
is, for a long time, this was my girlfriend's favourite drink.
The regular one.
The vanilla one.
No, I mean the regular one. You know the regular one?
Yeah.
I drank it already.
Oh. And then we've got a lime, lemon, and raspberry.
Raspberry.
I'm going to put these in order of what I think I will like the most to the least.
Okay.
So I think I will like lemon and lime the least, and then...
You brought the babushka thing with the Russians yet. So that is... I think I might have said it ages ago on the podcast, but you remember when I was like talking to the Russians and learning the Russians, and one of them was like, "We have name for you," and I was like, "Oh yes, a Russian nickname. It's just gonna be like Baba Yaga with John Wick, and you know, something cool."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is it?" And he goes, "Babushka." And I was like, what? I said to him, "What does babushka mean?" And he went, "Baby," like that. But it turns out, from my friend Jack here, babushka actually is like an old hag.
I'm going to try these. I'm going to try these in the bottle caps and let you know what I think. Yeah. So I'm going to start off with lemon. Okay, this is lemon absolute. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Better than regular is all I'll say. I don't like vodka for a start.
Yeah.
Not bad. I expect lime to be slightly better just because I prefer limes. So let's go with lime. Here we go.
I think I'm really going to like this one. Lime.
Lime is better. Not very much better, though. It's alright. It still tastes like... You know, both of those taste a bit like what you'd think cleaner tastes like. So it's like... They always make
vodka
it like...
Vodka always tastes like some sort of bleach, to be honest.
But especially when it's got a lemon flavour. Like, they always put lemony scents, you know, citrus scents in cleaner, don't they? So it's like... This is vanilla. This is my girlfriend's favourite. She's not had it in
I
ages,
think I'm
though.
going to like that the least.
Well, I put it... I don't think I like it that much because I don't like things that are like sweet flavoured alcohol. So I like fruity alcohol, but not sweet. So like chocolate, marshmallow, stuff like that.
So you'd have raspberry and apple and, you know... You don't like that.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I don't think I'm going to like that
No,
one.
I don't. I prefer that. Do you know what the main problem is? There's not enough vanilla flavour.
So it just tastes like vodka.
It tastes like vodka with like a little bit of like weird going through you, and then right at the end you get a breath of vanilla. It's not good. Don't like that one. Raspberry. Here we go.
How's that?
It's fine. No, it's not. It's not. It's initially fine, then it betrays you.
It's fine.
It betrays you halfway through.
Right.
I would rate these. Lime's the best, lemon's next, raspberry, then vanilla.
Okay, well, here we go. This is the lemon one. Okay, so you know how I paint Warhammer models and stuff like that? That tastes how my super glue smells.
Okay, good. Wait, it smells lemony.
Apparently so, because that's what it fucking tasted like. The lime one. Yeah, it's alright. I like the lime one.
It's very similar, isn't it, to the lemon?
Yes. The vanilla.
We're going to be so drunk. I already feel it. It's awful, isn't it? It's bad.
You were right, yeah. Raspberry.
I don't know why my girlfriend likes that.
Ooh.
You like that, dear? Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, I think it goes lime on top, then raspberry, then lemon, then vanilla.
I don't know how you could separate lime and lemon so much because they're like they're extremely similar. But there you go. That's the absolute flavoured vodka taste test. I've got a little game, Judd.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
I've got a little game for us.
What is it?
It's a dangerous game is what it is.
It's a dangerous game.
It's a drinking game.
Oh, fucking Christ. Can we not? Can we skip this segment?
No, we can't. So, what we've got is, if anyone's ever heard of the Mr. and Mrs. game, we're essentially going to play that. We've got some questions written out already. So there's some questions, right?
Yes.
So we ask a question.
Yes.
We both have to have an answer in our head.
Yes.
Then after 3, we'll both say the answer.
Okay.
If the answers match, we don't have to drink.
We don't have to drink, okay.
If the answers don't match,
We have to
now
drink.
they have to match very specifically. If they don't match, we have to drink.
I'll be sick, I'll throw up.
Trust me, Judd. It'll be fine.
Have a drink of this.
Judd, we're gonna
All
pass.
right, so
We're gonna pass
first
with
of all-
flying colours.
First of all, I don't trust you. Second of all, I don't believe it will be fine, so...
It will. We're gonna pass with flying colours. Trust me, we know each other very well. We've done 100 episodes, but first we start with a shot anyway. Skull. Right. Who has had the most partners? Okay. So this isn't just necessarily boyfriend and girlfriend. This could be like how many hookups you've had, things like that. Okay? So on 4. So 3, 2, 1, then say.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, Judd.
Jake. Oh shit.
You slept with more people than me. With your like hookups on Grindr and shit.
I genuinely don't think I have, you know.
Get closer.
I genuinely don't think I have.
Well, let's actually determine it then.
Okay.
So essentially, it's how many people have you slept with? I think it's 5 for me. That's a bit of a guess. I don't really count very much.
Oh, if it's only 5, then I do think I've beaten you. Yeah.
But it's not beating. It's not like an actual competition.
I do feel like I'm more of a man than you. Yeah, because I've.
Little pawry paw. Little pawry paw for Judd. Here we go.
The thing is, when having sex with other men, Jake, is the fact I'm conquering them. That makes me more masculine than them. So because it's like Braveheart.
So like when you eat brains, you get people's memories.
You know, on games where like you kill someone and then you absorb their powers and you become strong. So because I'm on top, I'm absorbing their powers.
Right.
And it's upping me to a level of masculine that you'll never reach because you'll never have sex with another man. I am absorbing their masculinity when I bum them.
Okay, so we need to shot for that. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, skull. Next question. Who has the best job?
This is very subjective.
Judd's already fucked. He just this is very subjective. Okay. 3, 2, 1, Judd.
Me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think so. Right, next. Who can eat the most?
okay.
3, 2, 1, me.
Jake. Yeah.
I can eat the most. I'm not fatter than you now.
No.
I have been. And it's rare that I am.
It used to be I would definitely eat the most, but now that I'm older, my stomach has like just fucked itself, and I just
Well, what it is for years and years, I've been skinny boy and you've been chubber.
yeah.
And as we've got older, and especially to do with lockdown, indeed.
I like the posh way of spelling thick as well. TQ.
Yeah, so as we've got older, kind of essentially just during lockdown, I put on literally 50 pounds. That's a lot of fucking weight. I was once under 170 pounds, and I got to, at my most, I'm estimating about 220 pounds. And and obviously you're a lot shorter than me, so I can't just say, you're probably 220 to my 270. It don't work like that. You'll still be lighter than me.
I'm a dwarf. I'm quite happy with the fact that I now have perfectly achieved the physique of like a fantasy dwarf.
Pretty much.
Like, I feel like if you put like a big hammer or 2 axes in my hands and I walked up to you and went, oh, like I'm a fantasy dwarf at that point, yeah.
So basically, back in the day when we were younger, until we were about 23, 22, until I was about 23, 22, I was skinny boy and you would have eaten more, but and then we had a little year and a half maybe of me definitely eating more because we were at least as fat as each other. You were maybe a little bit slimmer. And then now it's shortened down to the point where I still think I eat more than you. I still think I could eat more than you at least.
Yeah.
But that's more to do with the fact that your stomach's fucked from something.
I don't really know what it is. My stomach's just fucked. I don't know either.
Moving on.
It's just a fat fucking
who is
goblin.
most likely to embarrass themselves at a wedding?
Go on then.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, me.
Jake, yeah. And I'll tell you why, because I could do whatever at that wedding. I could literally do whatever, but the thing
no one
is,
would care.
I would not embarrass. I'd never be embarrassed. I won't be embarrassed.
No. It's not about whether you feel embarrassed. It's about whether someone finds you embarrassing. So the people at the party finding you embarrassing.
I feel like just by proxy, that's...
I still think that you would be less embarrassing just because you've got some sort of mojo where people like you anyway. It doesn't matter. Whereas I don't have that, and I do stupid socially awkward stuff and embarrass myself. I think we got that pretty much.
All right, yeah.
Do you know? But this is another one where it's flipped through time. It didn't used to be like that because do you remember? I called you out on it one time and you didn't understand at all. When we used to go to Carvery all the time with Dad, and when we were younger, you might have been about 13 or so, and every time you sauntered up to the Carvery to ask for what meat you wanted,
I swung my hips, I put my hands on my hips, I said, listen, honey, give me it all.
No.
I want every meat.
Every time he'd go up to him and go, hiya mate, in a way, and that sounds fine how I said it, but the way Judd said it was like, it was just a bit. I don't know.
What do
It
you
was
mean?
like
I went up and said, "You're right, mate. Can I have? Can I have?"
no, you didn't say it like that. You said it like awkward. Like it's like I can't describe it because it's really like you have to be there to know it.
Nate.
No. You were like. I think it's because you were 13 as part of it, and you were trying to say something like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
And you went up and you were like, "Hiya, mate."
All right, mate. Yeah,
And, it was just
so I
like,
had to be-
and this
yeah.
man who's like 27 and you're 13 is like, "Hiya, child."
No, I was fully up for that. He was like, "All right, mate, what's up?"
To get close.
I probably could have gone up to the bar and be like, "All right, mate, can I have a pint of Stella?" And they're just gonna be like, "Yeah."
Judd, you know for a fact you've looked 10 until you were 20, until a year ago.
If I shave this beard, I look like I'm 14.
You look 10 again.
If I shave my beard, I look like I'm 14.
Yeah, exactly. So you couldn't have started to the bar. It wouldn't have worked. But that's what I mean. So it used to be that you would awkward yourself like that and you just didn't even know you were doing it. But then, somehow, when we've got into adulthood, it's completely flipped the other way. Do you know what I blame on it? Drugs. I reckon drugs has done it for you. No, that's a joke. It's all jokes.
Drugs
It's a
make
joke.
you charismatic. Drugs make you
joke.
charismatic.
It's a joke.
If you play Fallout,
Well, they do, I suppose.
most of the time, if you do any substances in Fallout, it pluses 1 to your charisma at least. So
Next question. In which area are you and your sibling the most opposite?
okay, I already know what I'm gonna say.
I need to have a think. I wrote these questions and I've not even thought about it.
I know it.
The most opposite. Okay. Let's see how much we can get this in line. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Socially. I don't think we're the most different in look. I think I'm right because I style you. So your look can't be that different to me, can it? Like you ask me to style you, so like I style you how stuff that I know is good. So
No, because that's based on like that's based on current like public opinions of fashion.
It's not just based on that. It's based on stuff I've learnt as well, and also like stuff that I know you'll be into. And I don't think our looks are that different anyway. We're both a little bit grungy.
I feel like we have opposite looks.
I don't think we do.
No. Case.
But come on,
case in point.
socially, we're
Case in
a
point.
lot more opposite.
Case in point. Do you not remember when I literally told this story on like the last podcast that we did? I went to a vending machine and I got out like 3 packets of crisps from just paying
Oh, you
£1.
mean look? You mean
No, L-U-C-K.
Right. I thought you meant looks,
No.
like L-O-O-K.
No,
right.
no, L-U-C-K.
No,
Look.
you are right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right, but we still didn't answer the same. So,
No, we still need to.
skull! Oh, it is good though. It's not. Can you tell it's fairly cheap whiskey though that we shot in?
The beard's literally the only thing that's changed you since high school. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's right. He's just right.
Whereas for me, I ain't got a beard, so still the same as since high school. I'm fatter, quite a bit fatter.
How did I get this beard?
I don't know, it just kind of went there. Do you
Yeah.
remember there was like a bit of time where I'd not seen you for a while and you shaved your hair and had a big beard?
Yeah, I did. My hair literally just flipped. Like, it just flipped.
Yeah, you did. You just went, woo, and turned it upside down. That was good. Okay, last question then. What is our best, most iconic
I
story?
already know it. I hope you already know it, because I already know it.
Now, think about it a little bit, because we've got some good ones.
I know it. I know
Got
our
some
most.
really good
I know
ones.
our best iconic story.
Maybe you do. You have to bear in mind it says best and most iconic.
I know. I already know.
All
it
right,
is.
okay. 3, 2, 1. Luke's
Pissing
hairy
on a homeless
balls.
guy is shit.
Fuck! No, you're right. That is the
Yeah,
best one.
yeah.
We said the wrong one, but that is the best one, though.
Yeah.
That is the best.
The reason why pissing on a homeless man is the most iconic story.
Out of context, that's awful.
I know, that's the thing of it. Because out of context, that's a terrible thing. That's awful. That just sounds
Also,
like,
bear in mind, Judd said pissing on a homeless guy, and I said Luke's hairy balls. Neither of those are good.
No. The thing is with the pissing on the homeless guy is that sounds awful out of context, and I feel like that sums us up perfectly. It's like awful out of context.
We've got to take a shot for
You gotta wait to the end of the episode if you want to hear me explain myself of why I pissed on a homeless man.
It was me.
We did it together.
No, we didn't. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how it went. You'll have heard those stories before, but it's reminiscent. So, skull. There we go. I genuinely nearly just threw up.
I heard that.
Not gonna lie, I'm actually still holding it in. If anyone could tweet at Tweets Badly and let us know how many shots we've actually done, I'm good. Jim goes backing away. I'm fine. Then let us know, because we've done it. We've also had drinks as well. It's not just been shots that we've done. So all the shots that you know of on this podcast that you've heard are on top of what we've been drinking. That's the that's the drinking game that we've had. So that's ticking that off. Judd,
Yes.
I need to tell you something.
Go on.
As you know, I'm doing a boxing fight, right?
Yes.
And in this boxing fight, it's on the 27th of November, by the way. You can get tickets, Ultra White Colour Boxing, and you can also donate. Go to Tweets Badly to find all the information about it. Judd's already got tickets. Judd's coming.
Yes.
But what I want to tell you is some of the suggestions of what you could do to raise a lot of money. So boxers have ring names. So, for example, Manny Pacquiao is Pac-Man, Anthony Joshua, AJ, Tyson Fury is the Gypsy King, fucking Jake Paul is the Problem Child. You know, they have nicknames, kind of like Logan Paul, Maverick. So one of the things that they suggested you could do is hold an online auction for what your ring name is going to be when we do the charity boxing fight. So I could hold an online auction, and whoever donates the most money, the announcer would, to like 600 people would be like, Jacob, the cunt, Fox! And it's over 18, so I'm guessing you probably can swear. The other thing you can auction off, you could another thing they've suggested is you could host an online auction, and whoever donates the most money can decide what music you walk to the ring to.
Oh my god, I'm gonna spend like hundreds. Fuck.
I don't have to do that, by the way.
Do it. Because I'll spend a lot of money on
I
it.
wasn't planning on doing that because I don't know enough people that I think could try and build the thing up. I think you'd be able to donate a tenner and do it, and I don't think that's a fucking enough. So I don't know if I'm gonna. Depends. Let me know at Tweets Badly or put it in chat if you think I should. And same for the ring name. But that's not the bit you should be most interested in, you bastard.
All right.
Because for £50,
Okay.
companies can sponsor your vest.
Oh! Bad dragon! It has to be. No, it's been a recurring joke since like episode 7 of this podcast.
That's not what I was thinking. Like, if Bad Dragon wants to donate £50 for me to be on a boxing
I swear to
card,
God, please let Bad Dragon.
then
fucking
sure,
sponsor
I
you.
can't let them. For me, I would put them on my vest for free. I can't do that. It's not up to me. But what I was more thinking is,
Can I just say, by the way, because
3, 2, 1, skull.
Squall. Because we actually have an audience on this one. Neither me and Jake are furries. The reason why we want Bad Dragon to sponsor us is because it'd be very, very funny.
it'd be great. But look, so you can pay £50 to have a logo from your company on the vest.
From my company.
From any company. So what I was thinking is, Streams Badly's kind of a company.
Yeah.
This podcast could get its logo on my vest.
I will go half and half of you to get our logo on the vest.
Moving on to another segment. We've got through nearly over half of this whiskey
fucking
between
Christ.
us two. We just mentioned what is our best iconic stories that we've had. Now, to me, now that you've mentioned the actual best one,
Yeah.
there's 3. There's 3. There's a top 3.
So it's Homeless Man, Luke, and something else.
Forgetting shoes, I reckon.
Shoes.
Forgot your shoes to the cinema.
Yes, forgot.
Those are the best ones. I think shoes to the cinema's number 3.
You know what else is a really good one, but it's only for me, really.
What?
Do you remember when Dad was dating various women through his life, and
Yeah.
it was... I'm sure her first name won't matter if I say it. Julie. We've seen
And he
Julie.
used to call that Majuli, like
yeah.
off of Ali G, which is shit, by the way.
So when he was dating Julie, do you remember us getting very, very drunk in the garden one of the first times we went over? And then I went to the bathroom to be sick, and I threw up all over the bathroom.
And he was
I got,
so mad.
I got everywhere but the toilet. I got everywhere but the toilet. It was completely soaked in my fucking puke.
The main reason I like that story is because you got in a lot of trouble and I didn't. And
Yeah.
our dad was so pissed because he had to clean it up, and she discovered it and like tried to clean a lot of it up as well. And she was kind of nice about it, but he was really annoyed because he knew how like posh she was.
Yeah.
He knew she was like a posh woman, and like that would be really embarrassing for him. Story time segment 3, 2, 1, skull. Oh, yikes. Our dad, his favourite, he fucking loves going to the cinema and getting a carvery.
Yeah, that's
He
the two things.
fucking loves it.
What are we doing on Saturday? Well, first, we're going to go up for a carvery, and then we're going to go see a new film. That's it. That's what we
that's
do on
what he does.
Saturdays. That's what we do on Saturdays.
That's what he does.
when we go to Dad's, yeah.
And if you don't know what a carvery is, I think that's quite an English thing, maybe British. Then it's essentially you go to a pub and they have like a bar that's just for like food, and you first pick like meat, and then you get like a savoury, because they'll not know what a Yorkshire pudding is in like Sweden or maybe even in Seattle, our biggest audience. So a Yorkshire pudding, you get those in it, and it looks like a bowl, and it's made of like savoury pastry. That's best I can do.
Yes.
You get gravy, and that's English gravy, not American gravy, slightly different. And roast potatoes, mashed potatoes. Essentially, it's a bit like you go for a Thanksgiving meal, and you kind of customise it though, because you go to this bar and it's all heated, and you get what you want. So like, you go, I want turkey and beef. You might go up and go, I want pork, and then our dad's girlfriend goes up and goes, I'm a vegetarian, and they go, oh fucking hell.
They go,
and then they have
I'm
to
gonna
go,
bring out a whole separate plate. And
Yeah.
You're gonna bring a whole thing.
oh, we've got to
for
make
you,
sure you've got your own gravy,
Yeah,
and
you've got your own
fucking hell.
tonsors. God, you.
And then she
bitch.
always goes, potatoes done in like beef fat or anything, and they all go, no,
They
they're
go,
not. Fucking
no,
hell.
they're done in no. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
And sometimes, if you go into a nice carvery, they'll go, oh yeah, it all is. We just have a vegetarian option, and then we all go, fuck you. And then she has to have like veggie sausages on their own with nothing else.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anyway, we love vegetarians. Anyway, so that's what a carvery
I
is.
don't. I think they're all goddamn pansies.
Anyway, they think that's what a vegetarian is. So that's what our dad loves doing.
Yes.
Big old context for you based on the story. So our dad at this point was between girlfriends. Very rare for our dad, actually. You know what? I'll say it right now. Our dad has slayed much more pussy than we ever had.
Oh.
Like by
God,
10
yes.
times
No,
easily.
Yeah. No,
He
Dad,
was like actually a cool kid.
Dad was the original pussy crusher. Dad was the. I'll say this right into the mic. Dad was the original pussy crusher.
Honestly, to the point where he had a group of football lads, as laddie as you can get, and his nickname within these lads was the dog, as in Shagger, shags
the one
like a
who
dog.
shags like dogs. Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you're in a group of football lads and you're the dog, you fuck.
You fuck.
Like,
You
and
fuck,
honestly,
yeah.
we have not lived up to that reputation
not,
at
no.
all.
No.
Not even close. Like, that's the area where we're most different from Dad. By far. Why was I saying that? I don't remember. Anyway.
Anyway,
but
back to-
my
back to-
point was
yeah.
that he often had a piece on his arm, to put it bluntly, to put it terribly. But at this
A
point,
woman to his beckoning.
but at this point he didn't.
Bitch.
No, awful.
awful.
No. At this point he didn't, so he was solo taking me and you to the cinema. I don't
Yes.
think we actually even did a carvery this time because we were running late due to you, as normal. This was a rainy day. We'd had to run into...
Was
we'd
it
had to
a
run
rainy
fr-
day?
Yeah.
All right.
We'd had to run into the car from his house. It's not very far, he's parked on the drive. And then he drives us 10, 15 minutes to the cinema.
20 minutes tops.
Away from his house. The car park was fairly full. He was parked to the back end. In fact, the car park for the cinema was completely full, and he had to park across the road in the McDonald's. And
Yes.
you know where I mean because of the layout.
I know
of where
what
we'd
you
been.
mean, yeah.
Which isn't close. It's like
No, it's like just across
no.
the way.
In the context of what's happening, it's about 200 meters away. To go in the rain, to walk in the rain, it's not close. It's not like you're darting from your car into a building again. You have to walk like 200, 250 meters away.
Okay.
So we went into the cinema. We watched movie. We played in the arcade after, as we always did, on
Yes.
that dinosaur game with you got cards out of. And we were walking back, and what we often liked to do, because we were young enough, we liked to walk on the wall. There was like a little low wall about...
the low wall.
The
low wall.
To us now, it would be about mid-thigh height,
Yes.
maybe. And to kids, it might be just over waist height. And we would like to walk on the wall and hold Dad's hand and walk along the wall. And I was walking on my own on the wall because I was a little bit older, and Dad was going to hold your hand as you walked along the wall. And of course...
It was just a thing we did. It was just a
it's a
stupid
kids
kid.
do it. Kids do
It's a
it.
stupid kid. Oh, shit.
And of course,
It was...
as you walked along the wall, Dad had a better view of your feet. Now, when he looked at your feet, because he looked at them...
He went, wait a second, wait a second.
Because he was making sure that you weren't going to fall off this bloody wall, and he went, "Where are your shoes?" and Jude wasn't wearing any shoes, just soaking socks, soaking wet socks straight
wet
up.
through.
And Jude went, "Oh, I forgot them. I forgot them." And immediately Dad goes, "Well," and like a bit across, like, "Well, go in and get them then."
Yeah, go into the cinema and get them again, Jordan. I said, no. I didn't forget them in the cinema, Papa. I left them at home when we just set out. It was like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you talking about that you left them in the
This whole time, it was pissing rain, and he'd walked the whole way, just didn't put any shoes on, just didn't want to do it, just didn't do it, and no one noticed.
I'm not conforming to this rationalist idealist that I should be wearing fucking shoes outside.
And it just didn't happen, did it? He just didn't put any shoes on. And the thing is, for years, right, we both believed you, because this would happen, that you had just sincerely forgotten. You had just forgotten to put them on at home as a kid. But later on, you confessed to me that the reason you'd not put them on is because Dad was badgering us and we were late. And we were late.
Yeah.
And you were like, "I'm just not going to put them on. I ain't got time." And you didn't put them on and got away
I
with
was
it.
literally just like, fuck it. I was just like, well, we're late. Fuck it. It's not like Dad's going to notice I'm not getting his shoes on. And it lasted to a point. Like, I had a theory up until a point. I was like, I might get through this whole
You
thing without...
nearly did it.
Yeah, they might not even fucking notice. But no, towards the end, my dad looked up and was like, "Where the fuck have your shoes?"
Yeah, again, we were quite drunk, so we forgot to say that we're moving on to another story that we like. Yeah, here's us starting that.
The story begins with me, Jake, my brother, Dad,
Our dad, yes.
our dad, and a friend of ours across the street called Luke, all going to a sort of water park thing.
And what I'm going to say real quick, apologies, the video has frozen. I don't know what to do to fix with that. Judd's going to carry on speaking, and I'm going to try and fix it.
Okay. So we went to this like little water park thing. It wasn't really like a water park, like there weren't slides and shit like that. It was just like there was a man-made sort of ravine in the middle of this park thing, and like people would go and swim, and then there was a big playing area near the side where like kids could go. But it was just some little fucking thing that like for people to fuck about in. Me, my brother, and there was another kid called Luke went there, and we were all about 13 at this point. I might have been a little bit younger.
So Judd would have been about
11 or 12.
11, 12. I would have been
13 or 14.
Maybe, yeah. We'd have had a friend, Connor, who would have been 12, 13.
I
there.
don't think Connor was there.
He was definitely there.
Was he?
100% he was there. But the oldest friend, Luke, was about 14, 15.
Yeah, Luke was my friend. I'd made Luke at a different point, but
You'd made him?
I'd made him. I built him in my own image, and essentially, so what happened was that we all needed to get changed so that we could go play in the big swimming pool ravine, whatever the fuck it was, and there was this ice cream fan, and we thought we'll just go get changed round the back of the ice cream fan.
So we wanted to swim in the lake, didn't we?
Yeah, so nobody will see us getting changed. We're getting changed behind the ice cream fan. Nobody's looking behind there. We'll be fine. So I ran behind there. I finished getting changed. Jake ran behind there. He finished getting changed. And then Luke ran behind it. And me and Jake were holding up this towel. So essentially Luke could have something to get changed behind. And as we were stood there holding this towel, just waiting for him to get changed, 2 women were walking behind this ice cream van, and they were like, they had a pram each, so they both had kids, and they were just starting to walk past us. And as I was holding this towel and I was watching these 2 women walk past with like baby carriages, I thought, wouldn't it be really fucking funny if I just dropped this towel right now and they could just see Luke's cock? So anyway, that's exactly what I did. So I dropped this towel and I just fucking ran by, like, on the front side of this ice cream van. I don't know if, like, did you try to, like, pick up the towel or anything?
No one did. None of us
So
did.
you were just stood there, and Luke was like, "Oh fuck!" And, like, these women could see his hairy cock because he was just hitting puberty. He had like a very hairy bush, and. Anyway, so I ran around the front of this ice cream van, and I was like giggling to myself because these 2 ladies had just seen Luke's hairy cock. And anyway, Luke thought that the correct response here was, instead of these 2 ladies seeing his hairy cock and, you know, him pulling up the towel and go, "Oh, sorry, my mate's a fucking idiot," or something stupid like that, he thought the correct response was to run from that side of the ice cream van round to the front of the ice cream van, and now this front of the ice cream van was facing where everybody in this, like, little area was, that were all swimming and stuff. So about 200 plus people saw Luke's fucking hairy cock.
Oh, God.
It was all because I dropped this fucking towel, and I just scampered it round to the front. And he ran round to the front, and everybody saw his hairy cock.
It was brilliant. Do you know who loved that more than anyone else? Dad. Our dad loved it.
Dad loved it. He was like, "This is perfect." I was like, "Jordan, you're my favourite child forever."
And the best bit about the whole thing,
It was so fucking
my favourite
funny.
bit was, it was like out of an In-Betweeners episode, and everyone who was there at this park, it was sunny, it was warm, everyone was at this lake thing, and they all turned round, saw this, like, 14, 15 lad covering his, like, knob up,
hairy
going, and they all literally out of, like, a fucking movie, everyone simultaneously pointed right at him. They all pointed
They literally,
and started laughing.
200, if you can imagine, 200 plus people pointed at this adolescent child naked. They pointed and they laughed. It was perfect. It was fucking perfect. They pointed and laughed. It was so funny.
It was great.
It was so funny.
And now time for another story.
I'm about to bless you with the greatest story. It was the time that I pissed on a homeless guy. I'm so glad you've reminded me of this, because this is my favourite story that involves us both. Our dad used to take us to Bradford, to see pantomimes at a theatre in Bradford. He used to take us on a special journey, and we'd go see a pantomime every Christmas. And he did that for maybe 4 years or so, didn't he? And I believe this was the last year it ever happened. I don't know if that's because we never wanted to do it again or what, but we'd gone to the theatre, we'd done all of that bollocks. He'd parked in a car park that weren't massively close to the theatre, because it's a pretty big city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bradford, for the UK at least. So it's a pretty big city, so we had to park kind of far away for him to get at least a decent price on parking. So we did that, and we had to walk. I bet it weren't that far away, but we were younger. I'd have been 13, you'd have been 11.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe younger.
Everything at that age feels like it takes longer, doesn't it? Like, it just feels like...
Well, we didn't have as long legs either. There'd not really much happened between parking up, we'd gone to the pantomime, we'd watched the pantomime, it was probably good. Don't remember any of it. I remember the walk home very distinctly, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because our dad had a girlfriend at the time. I believe it was Jo.
Yes, I also remember Jay, so...
And he doesn't only date people beginning with J. We were walking back, he'd brought his girlfriend, so they were kind of walking a bit ahead of us. And they decided on the way back, we'll walk through this park. A little bit of a park, some very mild detour. So we were doing that, and we were walking through this park, and we decided we could really do with going to the toilet. We have terrible bladders, as I've established. We'd gone to the toilet after the pantomime, probably, but we wanted to make sure we went to the toilet before we got in the car and drove for what felt to us like a long time. And so we were going to do that. We were like, Dad, we need toilet. We're going to go into these trees, into these bushes, and just do a quick toilet. And he said, all right, then fine, hurry up. And they were going to keep walking on, and we had to catch up with him, run after him when we're done. So they carried on walking along. We went up into these trees, up to the wall of this like little park bit. Low like, stone kind of wall thing. So we could wee against a thing. I went left, you went right, so that we weren't looking at each other. We slightly diverged. You were peeing into a bush, and I were going to pee in this, like... You were peeing in a more bushy bit, and I was peeing in a more treey bit. And in this kind of area, there was, like, a yellow tarpaulin, like a yellow plastic sheet kind of on the floor.
The yellow plastic sheet.
I remember that distinctly.
Yes.
And the thing is, when you have a specific landmark in an area like that, I think, well, that's what I'm pissing on.
Especially as a kid. You're a kid. You're walking into a little foresty area. There's shrubbery and fucking bushes and trees and shit everywhere. But this is a distinct yellow plastic sheet. And as a child, you think that's not.
You are
accustomed
drunk.
That's not like accustomed to the local area. That's what I'm going to target to piss on.
So
that's what you think. Yeah.
Judd's pissing in this bush, and I'm like, I'm going to piss on that tarpaulin then.
Yes.
And then the yellow plastic sheet proceeded to stand up.
Yes.
And this is no joke. We both saw it. You did. I don't think I've ever actually asked you this. Did you genuinely see it stand up?
Yes, I saw it stand
because
up.
I swear to God I did.
No, because I feel like I'd gone the other way that you were saying, and I saw you pissing on this yellow sheet, and as a kid I thought I also want to piss on this yellow sheet.
Yeah, because of course.
Yeah, because not only is it my bigger brother is pissing on this yellow sheet, but I'm a kid, and there's a yellow sheet there, and I can piss on anything I want this point. I'm going to piss on the yellow sheet. So I went over to start piss on it with you. And,
I don't think you did, but...
No, I distinctly remember walking over to piss on it with you.
I think I was still going and you might have been done.
Oh, I was...
And you were going to come over me because you were done. I don't know.
I came over to the yellow sheet. But anyway, this yellow sheet, first of all, it started to groan. And
see, I don't remember the groan.
It went like, like something had just woken it up. It like someone had woken up. Like,
that does spark a memory,
it's like standing up because it had woken up. Anyway,
it stood up because obviously there was a person under it. Yeah. There's obviously a homeless person under it that we didn't. And do you know what's weird though? It didn't look like it. It kind of just looked like it was like bunched up, or there might have been some like wood or something under it, but. It didn't look like a person shape, really, but we were kids and we were desperate for piss, so we didn't really think very hard. So, yeah, he stood up, and then obviously, immediately, we ran. Yeah. We didn't even look at each other.
Because this yellow sheet that we were pissing on started to fucking rise from the ground.
Yeah,
so
we didn't even look at each other, we just ran out, because there was a little bit of a path. There weren't a path. It weren't a path, but there's a slight bit of clearing between the trees and the bushes. So we ran immediately down that, and ran right up to our dad and his girlfriend, and we're like, we need to go, we've just accidentally pissed on him, we need to go. We told him, and they were like, all right, whatever, no, you haven't.
We've accidentally pissed on a homeless man. We need to go. They were as words. We're like, we need to go.
He's got up. He's coming after us. We need to go. And he did not believe us at all. No. And we were like, fuck,
it was like, what are you talking about, you fucking idiot?
He thought we were just being stupid and joking because we were quite stupid. Although I don't think that's the type of thing we would have made a joke of. I don't think we'd have found that funny. But I think I remember when they were being like that, I was like, we're going to run then. And then we ran to the car park because we didn't want to be in that park at all. And there you go. That was it. I'm guessing the homeless guy just got up and was like, oh, some kid's pissed on me. Fucking,
it's terrible.
Chucked it off and then gone back to sleep.
I truly hope that man has, somehow, just managed to turn his whole life around and it's he's a millionaire.
If you are the homeless guy, right, that we pissed on somehow, if you can somehow prove it, One, if you're still struggling, hit us up and we'll help you out
I feel
as best we can.
we will,
we're not in a great
I
position
feel
to do
so
that.
fucking bad about.
We're not in
the
a
whole
good
thing.
position to help very much at all. But we'll do
help.
something.
I'll help as much as I can. Yeah.
We'll do something. But if you are listening to this and that way and you've turned your life around, please come on the podcast.
Give me
We would
some
love that.
money for pissing.
No, we're not saying that. We're saying just come on the podcast and just please just say something about it. It'd be great.
Wasn't that entertaining? Right, now we're moving on to something else.
Of the week.
So that jingle means it's Freak of the Week time.
This week-
but before you start, this is a new segment. So, skull shot. There we go.
So, this week, I want to talk about two very special freaks.
Oh no.
So, it's a 100 episode special. I want to talk about two very special freaks, and those two very special freaks are me and Jake. So,
Fuck! I can't believe you've actually pulled this bullshit.
I want to talk about the just most like freaky shit you've done to like the public persona. So what would that most people would just look at you and go, that's a fucking weirdo.
I got something that springs to mind. A tradition in England is that when you graduate high school, which is not the same as graduating high school in America, so when we say graduating high school, that's 15 or 16 is your age, isn't it?
Yeah.
Year 11, when you complete year 11. A tradition is that everyone who's in year 11, they will get their shirt signed. So by their shirt, so we wear school uniforms, and we have a blank white shirt as a base for everyone's school uniform, basically. So in year 11, on your last day of school, you go around everyone who's in your year, and they all write their name on the shirts. I'm currently, if you're watching the video version, I'm wearing a vested version of my school blazer because I ripped the sleeves off it and wore it as a vest for some reason.
Edgy as
and I
fuck.
thought that was fun. But there's two things I've got to tell you between this, right? That leads up to the reason people might think I'm a freak. I've got two shirts here, as you can see.
I can see.
Well, the first shirt was when I was in primary school. So that's between the ages of 4 and 11.
Yes.
Now, I don't know why this happened, but at one point when I was like 8 or 9, we saw all the people in the last year of the primary school who would have been about 11 signing their shirts because it was the last day of school. Now, that was a tradition only for their year because it was their last day ever.
Yeah.
We had to come back the next year, but for some reason, my year was like, we're going to do it as well. And I did. And I've got a full shirt covered in all sorts of shite. It's kids writing stuff on it. You can take a look at that, and do you know what we'll do? I'm going to let you have a brief look at that, but we will discuss that a bit more after the podcast. The main one I want to discuss is the one you were on about. So when you're about 16, it's not 16, is it? 15, 16 in your last year of high school? Yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
So when you were that's when you properly get your shirt signed, okay? So for me, I was a loser kid. I didn't have barely. You can, even if you look at the shirt, Judd. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
That ain't fucking written on very much at all, is it?
No.
So I didn't have many people write on, but my whole shtick at school was I would ask fellow school students to draw the most grotesque penis on my shirt that they dared. So I've got a fair few of those all over the shirt. There's and we'll talk about these further after the podcast, but there's a lot of those. The weirdest one though wasn't a penis.
Yes.
There's two weird ones.
Go on.
The weirdest one I think was I'm gonna show Judd it actually as I describe it. It was every day, right? Me and my friend Little Nathan, we used to go to Tesco near me, and we would get very cheap pastries. So it would be you'd pay 13 pence, very cheap. Look that up if you need to, for about 7 jam roly-polies that are like what 2 inches, 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
4 inches, 4.5 inches long, so that we could save up the money from our parents to buy video games and shit.
I remember you telling me about this.
So we used to do that all the time. So that we go there a lot, and because we did that a lot, we used to be there a lot and see the same people who worked there. and you got a lot of people sign your shirt on that day. So, for some reason, on that day, to break the mold, I decided to get the lady from Tesco to sign my school shirt. So
P.A. Whiteley.
No. Pat Whitley, I think.
Whitley.
Pat Whitley. Senior manager.
Yes.
Store manager. Not just any old, not just a
That's
cashier.
the store manager. That's the big shit.
So the thing is, if it was a cashier, they might have got fired, but no, he was the
It was
manager.
a manager.
The manager of Tesco, and it's literally written on my shirt, signed my shirt. They were like, fine. And they signed it with the company's pen and everything, because it's like everyone had their own
Pat
pen signed it.
Whiteley, store manager at Tesco's, has signed the leaving shirt.
Definitely iconic. But that's not the most iconic signature on this shirt, Judd.
Is it not?
I was on a roll with getting freaky signatures.
Yes.
I'm just going to let you read this out, this one, because if I tell you, it's not going to make much impact. Read that one out for me. Read it. Read it out loud first.
Home,
Have
a wonderful future, Simon.
my mum's partner is called Simon. So
Yeah.
one of the signatures I got on my shirt was my stepdad.
And he said, have a wonderful life.
He's just downstairs right now.
He was planning on getting out of there.
So yeah, I thought that was so funny.
Have a wonderful life, he says.
No, he says, have a wonderful future, Simon. Thanks, Simon. Yeah, good.
Listen, honestly.
Look, right, it does that. What I want to ask you, though, is does that qualify for Freak of the 100 episodes?
Oh, you know what? Absolutely.
And now Judd's entry for Freak of the Week.
Recently, I've been going to like the train station so I can get into the work. Early.
Get into the work.
Into the work. One time when I was trying to get on the train, I went up to like the front of the train, and I went in to get on the train, and this woman like blocked me, and she was like, "Whoa, you can't get on here." And I like looked, I stared her out, and I went, "Yes, I can." And I like tried to get past her, and she went, "No, you can't." And I was like, I like said to her, "Why?" I don't know why, but like I was feeling very confrontational this morning.
Okay,
I
good.
was just like, I'm ready to make a story for the podcast. Fuck, I was like, I said to her,
Which
like,
this has never made it to the podcast, by the way.
I was like, tell me why I can't get on right now. Tell me why I can't
She's
get on this
like,
train.
"You've not got a
And
ticket."
And she looked straight at me, dead in the eye, and she went, "Because this is where we drive the train. This isn't like the passenger ship." She was literally guarding where you get on if you're gonna like conduct the train. And I was stood in front of her going, "Get me on this train! Get me on right now!" She's like, I can't let you on. I was like, "Why the fuck not?" She's like, "Because you can't." She like pointed down the line. She went, "Because you get on over there." like staff get on here, and I looked at her, looked back at where she pointed me to, looked back at her, and I went, "Sorry."
I can't believe you don't told that story.
I literally walked right to her, was like, "Why can't I get on this fucking train?" She's like, she's not meant to sit down.
That's an exclusive right now. That's an exclusive for the 100 podcast special. That reminds me of a story that involves both of us.
Yeah.
And do you remember what I mean with the train at Leeds?
Yes, I know what you're talking.
We were getting this train. We were fucking about as normal. We were talking to each other exactly how we talk to each other now, as we always do. You'd said some stupid joke about me, I think.
Oh yeah, I was literally. I said something. I said I'm going to do something. I remember. It was,
I'd said something, and you said I'm gonna do something just to spite you.
I remember what it was. I wasn't sure. This train that we're getting on, I wasn't sure if we were getting on the right train or not. So I said to Jake, "I'm going to go ask the conductor, like, if this is going to Barnsley." And Jake said something like, "You don't have to ask that. I know it's going to Barnsley." And I turned to him
and I was like, 100%. You don't need to do that. It's fine.
And I turned to him and said, "I'm going to do it just to spite you."
Yeah,
Anyway.
specifically those words.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
Now, this Randy, what the fuck is his
Randall
name?
Savage, Randy Savage.
What's his name? The wrestler. What's the guy? Is it Randy
Randall
Savage?
Savage, yes.
Is that the? No, it's not.
It's Randall Savage.
No, it's Randy. At least it's not Randall. Who's
Rand-
called fucking Randall in a wrestling?
Me.
You are fucked. What's his name? It's not Randy Orton. Randy Savage? Randy Savage? Yeah, it is Randy Savage.
It's Randy Savage.
Randy
you
Savage
motherfucker.
looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Behind us, he weren't as tall as Randy Savage. Oh yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage. That's the one.
Yeah.
He looked like him, but was exactly between your and my height.
Yeah.
He was exactly between the two, and he was not happy with that. For some reason, I don't know why.
He's saying to you, I'm gonna ask him, and I'm gonna do it to spite you.
That triggered
he
him.
did not like that.
Somehow that
he
triggered
did
him,
not like
and he
yeah.
kept going on about it. Like, you're gonna do it. You said that. He said something. He said stuff like, "You said that to me," and I'm like, "Well, no, we're just talking to each other."
I was like, no, me and Jake are talking to each other, and he was like, no, he was like, no, you said you're gonna do something to spite me.
Yeah, and he didn't like that.
And
That
he
was the bit he didn't
yeah,
like.
Yeah,
And we were like, no, we didn't. We were talking to each other.
Yeah.
We're not trying to spite you, mate. It's fine. And they were like, no, because you said to spite me, and he wouldn't let it go.
He wouldn't let no.
He wouldn't let it go.
I was like, listen, I was like, I'm spiting him. You've got nothing to do with this.
And you ended up saying like that. Look, mate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spite him.
Yeah,
Like you were saying like that.
pointed out, I'm trying to spite him. You have got nothing to do with this. I'm trying to
And you were
spite
like,
him.
yeah, but the thing is, you said that, and you said spite, and I think you're trying to spite me.
Yeah.
And he was like that, went and he went on about that for a while. They opened the doors. We were walking onto the train, and he was still saying it to us.
We sat down on the train, and he fucking walked up to us like, are you trying to spite me something? I was like, I'm sat next to the motherfucker I'm trying to spite. I'm sat next to him.
Fuck up! And eventually I swear to God, the way it ended was hilarious because it went, I don't think you're trying to spite me.
Yeah, he went, I'm sorry, I don't think you're trying to spite me. And I stood up and went, it's alright, don't worry.
It's like, no, I'm not. It's all right. Go on, carry on, fellow weirdy. Go ahead, fellow freak. Enjoy your life. So there you go. That's the time that Mini Randy Savage thought we were going to spite him.
We now get to the part of the podcast where Judd was so drunk he wanted to do stupid shit like imparting wisdom onto the audience. So, of course, I just fucking went with it.
Let's give some imparting wisdom. Like, genuinely imparting wisdom.
Well, we will do, but what I actually have something important to mention. I've got boxing training for a long while. I've got about 8 weeks of boxing training, and it is on a Wednesday. So it shouldn't clash with the podcast, but I just want people to know, because you're going to have to take more charge of content. You're going to have to make sure content's better more than me. I'm not going to be able to create any content, basically. And also, we're going to have to make sure it's done pretty quick. We're going to have to aim for at least an hour. We can't be spending much more than an hour, because we normally do podcasts 6 while 7, maybe 7 while 8. I've got boxing 8 while 9 now, so I can't be fucking around. So you might have slightly more rushed Judd in charge podcasts. It shouldn't be a bad thing. That's all I'm going to say about it. Wisdom that we're going to actually impart. Why don't you start?
Wisdom for the 100th episode.
And now, a short ramble about love by Jordan Tapp.
Okay, here's my wisdom. Love is not finite. It's quite a... This isn't moving.
It's fine.
Still
It's
figure-
fine.
okay.
You
All
drunk.
right.
Go on.
Love is not finite. Love is a thing that lasts through your whole life.
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need, but it's also...
It must be love. I'm sorry.
It's not finite. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you love somebody, but it's not all there, like it's not fully reciprocated or anything, don't worry about it. Love comes and goes just like many other things in life. You're young. If you're not young, maybe go for it. But if you're young and you feel like you're finding love, maybe feel your way out before you commit yourself to it. That's going to be my imparting wisdom for the 100th episode.
Is this from a, 22-year-old?
Yes.
who is definitely not got his life figured out.
Yes.
So don't listen to that. Obviously, my advice is: life is terrible.
Yes.
Accept that as soon as you can,
Yes.
and use that to motivate you, if possible. Probably isn't possible. If it isn't possible, then fuck it.
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
Yes.
Cool. That's the end of the podcast.
Scroll!
After 3.
Scroll!
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to end it on a shot, and then we're going to play the music, and then we'll be back for 101. You ready?
Yes.
Everyone, if you listen at home and you've been drinking along with us, if you're going to ever drink at any point along with us, this is the point.
3, 2, 1.
Skål!
We did it!